Hey everybody, this is the Esoteric Cross. I make videos about how to gain your personal power while learning ancient secrets, and if that sounds like something that you're into, please hit the like button and subscribe and gain insight from this perspective in the cosmos. In this video, I wanted to talk about some tips on high magic for people who are just starting out their journey. These are some of the things that I wish I knew when I started mine. I was so thirsty for knowledge, and this led me down several rabbit holes, and I ended up learning so much by doing this. What I do is take my knowledge and experience and present it in a way that helps out people who are just beginning their journey. At the point of watching this video, you may or may not know anything about rituals such as the LBRP and the middle pillar. You may or may not know anything about the Kabbalistic tree of life, and that's okay if you don't know about those things. I have several videos on these topics, and there are many videos made by other people here on YouTube. If you already know how to perform the LBRP, or if you've already watched some of the videos of the demonstrations, then you may have already been introduced to the concept of working with and invoking angelic forces. My first tip is to not be scared to work with the angels. I've also talked to so many people who are afraid of angels in general, and they're afraid of invoking them. Angels are a huge part of magic. You probably won't be getting very far in your journey if you can't work with angels. We need to take a step back and talk about what angels truly are. Angels are nothing more than aspects of your consciousness and of God consciousness. You are made in the image of your Creator. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm. Because of this, when you work with and change parts of yourself internally, it has an effect on the external reality. This is how magic truly works. Each angel represents a part or aspect of consciousness and should be viewed at as such. You will never work with something in magic that is not already a part of you internally. This helps alleviate the fear that could be standing in your way of getting started. I've also talked to several people who are scared to get started with magic because they are worried that they could invoke something dark. As I was saying before, this is not an external game that we're playing here. You aren't working with something that is totally outside of you. When you start performing magic, the first rituals you will learn are the LBRP and the middle pillar. The LBRP is designed to clear your space energetically. What it does is banish the four elements, and what that truly means is that it clears out these four aspects of your consciousness: earth, air, water, and fire. Earth being the physical body, your physical health, your sense of work, and your finances. Air being your mental body, your thoughts, your communication, your intelligence. Water being your emotional body, your feelings, your intuition, your ability to adapt. Fire being your spiritual body, your drive, your energy, your creativity, and transformative energy. Since the LBRP is designed to banish these four aspects, this will be a good thing because these are most likely things that are unbalanced. Clearing them will start to bring a balance, and this will set up a strong foundation for future magic. To give an example on how this might work, when you are banishing the four elements or you're banishing earth, then you may stop spending money in frivolous places. You may stop doing something that is harmful to your health. Doing this ritual every day, even twice a day, will encourage you to start doing an audit on these aspects of your life. Then when you start performing the LIRP, you will be strengthening these aspects. So for example, if you've been banishing earth, you may have been auditing the way that you spend money, perhaps setting up a budget. Maybe you stop spending your money in places that don't serve your goals or your true values. When you start invoking earth, you may find yourself looking for ways to be a powerful asset, maybe looking for ways to earn more money. You may start approaching work differently. Your energy will change. There's nothing dark about the LBRP. This is about creating change within the self in order to have a more clear approach to the world. If you don't create change within the self, then any changes made on the outside will not be sustainable. The middle pillar is the other beginning ritual of ceremonial magic, and this ritual is modeled after the middle pillar on the Kabbalistic tree of life. You are filling up each sphere along this middle pillar of the tree energetically within the body. This will help you recognize your own energy centers that are connected to the macrocosmic energy centers. You should definitely check out my video on the middle pillar for more information. You could click the top right corner of this video to check out the benefits of that ritual. These rituals are designed to help bring you into higher states of consciousness and to connect you to your true personal power. My next tip is to start with simple meditations. Meditations are a great way to prepare yourself for ritual work, and this is because they induce a state called ritual consciousness. One way this can be done is by doing the 4-count breath. Breathe in, counting to 4, hold to the count of 4, and then breathe out on the count of 4. Hold for the count of 4. This will help you get in tune with your body's rhythm and may help bring you back to the present moment. This is a relaxation technique, and this could be followed up with a deeper meditation. Just sit and be aware of the body. Don't focus on one specific part of the body, just feel the body in its oneness. Don't try to stop thinking altogether, just step back and observe the thoughts that roll by. This is important in getting our consciousness to experience these states often because it helps this muscle memory. We can come back to the state when needed, and especially if we're handed a challenging situation by life. This is going to help keep us in the present moment. When we start to actually perform rituals, you will see how powerful it is to be in the present moment and completely immersed by what you're doing within the ritual. The famous cheesy saying, "where attention goes, energy flows," is true. Your attention and awareness is magic. It will always flow somewhere, but it comes down to where you direct it that's going to be vital for your development. These are some concepts and practices that I teach in my 4 Corners program, which you can click the link in the description below if you're interested. We go over the beginning rituals as well as ways you can start to develop the self and gain personal power. The next tip that I have is about practicing with the energy work. When we perform ritual magic, it's very important to be using the energy work while doing so. Many people leave this out when they describe these rituals. One important thing that can help with this is to remember that your consciousness is light. You are light energy. It may not be visible, but if you close your eyes and imagine your consciousness being light, growing brighter and expanding, this can be extremely powerful. One of the things that I learned early on was to view other people as beings of light rather than viewing them for their physical bodies only. This can be a little challenging, especially if you're dealing with a person that you may not want to deal with. It may be easier to start out the practice of viewing people as light on strangers first, rather than somebody that you already know. What this light energy symbolizes is chi energy, life force energy. The entire universe is made up of it. We are like concentrated life force energy in a body, and we use this body like a vehicle to explore life. Magic is a way of realizing this energy and working with it, purifying it, strengthening it, and growing it. The longer you do these rituals, the stronger your light gets and the more integrated you become. You shine even more light out to other people, even if they aren't exactly conscious of these subtle energies. When you perform the rituals, you are working with this chi energy, but you don't actually use your own energy and magic. Since everything is made up of the same energy, you want to breathe in chi energy from the space around you or from the top of the universe. The breathing is symbolic of energy. The breath takes in energy so the body can use it. This is how breathing works. We already are breathing in life force energy every day, so why not do it consciously and with an intention within the ritual? For example, when you're performing the LBRP and you are drawing these pentagrams, imagine breathing in this chi life force energy. It moves through your body and out the bottoms of your feet as it fills the ground beneath you. You are charging the ground with chi energy. Then you move it back through your body and out of your fingers as you draw the blue flaming pentagram. Breathe in again and charge the ground with chi energy, and then you will pierce the pentagram and strongly vibrate the divine name associated with that pentagram. You are imagining this light coming back through you and charging the pentagram through your fingers and also using your voice. There are many different energy work techniques where you practice circulating light, shielding, grounding, and charging. This will be a game changer if you've already tried practicing these rituals and have not been doing the energy work yet. The next tip I want to give is about Cabala. This is an ancient form of Jewish mysticism. It's focused on this diagram called the Tree of Life, and it contains 10 spheres and 3 pillars. This is all deeply symbolic. This can be viewed as a map of the body, a map of the soul, a map of God, a map to divinity, a path, and this could also be viewed as the way this God light filters down into the physical reality. This is also representing a pathway back to divinity. The bottom sphere on this tree is called Malkuth, and this is considered the fruit of the Tree of Life. This represents the 3D physical reality, and the top sphere is like the root of this tree, and it's called Kether. It represents divine light. The spheres in between are the different aspects or different states of consciousness. They are different layers of the self, and they can be used to connect with those different aspects of God. I highly recommend learning more about this, since this will be something that is greatly utilized in your magical journey. There are 2 main types of Cabala that you should look into. One is called Cabala and is spelled with a K. This is the Jewish form of mysticism and will be taught a little bit differently. This has less to do with magic and takes a bit more of a religious approach from the Jewish perspective. The other form is called Cabala and is spelled with a Q. This will focus more on using Cabala practices and using the Tree of Life within magic. There are many videos on YouTube regarding these topics, and there's also several books that can be used as resources. Again, performing the middle pillar is a great way of balancing the energies on this Tree of Life and building a stronger center within yourself. This will also acclimate you to the teachings of Cabala. My next tip is to just remember that you're always connected to source energy. This energy is always within you. It's always a part of you, and in fact, it's what you truly are. And everything that you do internally will reflect on the outside world, and every action that you take on the outside world will reflect internally. Tattoo this saying into your mind: as above, so below, as within, so without. Anything that you are directing your energy and attention toward is feeding that idea. When you take action towards something, it reaffirms that state within your mind. This is also why it might be a good idea to have an altar. An altar represents you. The things that you place on your altar represents parts of you. The actions that you perform on the altar represents the actions that are taking place internally and externally in your life. Do with that information what you will. My very last tip is to just get started. Just start with a very simple meditative technique, and then the 2 rituals that you can start with are the LBRP and the middle pillar. If you don't ever get started, then you're not progressing. Reading everything and watching videos on the occult will not give you the first-hand experience. The only way to truly progress and experience these things is to do the work and practice it. You cannot think your way to new levels of wisdom. You might be able to think your way to a point, but true knowledge and true wisdom is about the application of these ideas. This is all about true understanding, and you can't understand something until you have stood under it. Information does not equate wisdom. It's only through action where this information is converted into wisdom. You will have breakthroughs of understandings after you've started performing the rituals. Also, remember that it goes both ways. If you're performing the rituals, remember that you must also continue learning new things and putting in new actions that are in alignment with what you want. So just remember to take action that coincides with what you're working on in magic. If you're just starting out your journey in magic, I have a program that's designed to help guide you through the 4 elements, which is the first step of the journey. Also, if there's something specific that you need guidance on within your magical journey, feel free to set up a session with me. Check out the link in the description below for more information, as well as to where you can book a tarot reading with me. If you want access to exclusive content and live streams, the link to my Patreon is also in the description. I hope there was something new that you were able to take away from this video. If so, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.